Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a coffee talk. I've got my coffee from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it's Pilgrim from the correct side of the Atlantic with his Royal Blend mug of tea in the Tank Museum mug because I just can't be bothered washing up the Guido mug. But anyway, buy one today.
It's just sitting in the sink, moldering.
Yeah, it's been there for about 2 months now.
Because the Hobbit hasn't done the dishes.
No, Hobbit's not done the dishes.
Ugh.
Hobbit's in bad books.
Bonzi, thanks for the resub. And Pilgrim, thank you as well. 52 minutes ago. Welcome, everybody. So, how's your week been, Pilgrim? We were chatting a little bit, but all good?
Yeah, it's been good. I've been building Hobbit this week.
Yeah?
There, I've built that masterpiece.
Nice.
As you can see, oak paneling, all very nice, and I never had a single screw left over apart from the little bracket
wall
screws that you
anchor.
screw to the wall.
The wall
the
anchor.
Yeah, so I think I've done it right this time. Unlike the wardrobe where I've still got 6 screws left. And you can see we've got Old Glory up, and we've got the Union flag, and of course
the Union
RNG's
Jack, yeah.
there, back. Yeah, RNG's back.
The problem with
She's saying
RNG's position is you can't, if you need to change your luck, that's quite the reach
no. It's a
back.
long stretch. Yeah, it's a reach back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
And what's going on in
I
chat
just-
here? I think the Guido household has them up. Will be by July. Is this what we talking about? Christmas?
It could be, couldn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I lost track. What do we?
Do you see C-Player? The mayor in my city just passed a law that male best friends have to have lunch together at least once a week. Well, it's not law, it's a mandate. Behave, C-Player.
Oh boy!
Oh boy, we're starting early, aren't we?
Just around midnight. Collections of Allen wrenches. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. If you've had a garage for any length of time, you will eventually have 8,000. Everything from rusty to clean Allen wrenches. Oh, Christmas
Yeah,
lights. Yes.
Yeah, so that was it. That was it. Yeah,
That's what I
Wayne
thought.
mentioned it.
That's what I
Wayne-
thought you were talking about, O'Brute, because I'm thinking, yeah, we're not far off. I mean,
We're not.
honestly,
We're halfway there.
in my house, we could have Christmas up in 5 to 6 months.
Wow.
No, not even 6.
No, because
10.
it's June now.
June is 6. So 4. We could
No,
realistically have.
seriously, no way.
Yeah, in October, we could realistically have Christmas up in 4 months.
See, I have an advantage. Although my house general would dearly love to do that because Christmas, she loves Christmas as much as your house general. We've got birthdays and celebrations to do before that. So both my kids are October. So we have to get that out of the way before anything else. And then,
I mean,
of course,
It's probably not October.
we're
for
close.
us. Yeah.
November?
Probably because what you were saying. Sorry to interrupt you, but I was just thinking out loud. Because my birthday is the 31st of October, so I don't think we. The only time we ever got it earlier than that was when I was being deployed.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
But it's the end game that never ends.
Well, it's sort of this. Yes, this period is just the lull before the storm. So this period of a couple of months is where, all right, we'll have summer, then it's Christmas again.
I am grumpy. I am absolutely. In fact, this morning, I usually on Sunday I get up and just putz around the house. I'm up by 5 or 6, usually 5. I'll make a coffee. Sunday's kind of my day to not take the dog for WOK or do my workout or anything. This morning, since no one was around, I just got up and took her anyway. And I'm glad I did
Right.
because when I went outside today, Pilgrim, we had the moon was just right above the horizon, and we had enough
Wow.
haze and stuff that it was just red.
Yeah.
It was just blazing red. It was awesome.
Wow.
So I don't know.
I
if-
love early morning sunrises like that, or
Yeah.
late sunsets like that. They
Yeah.
really do. You know.
This was the moon though,
Wow.
man. It was out over the bay.
Oh, it's a
And,
moon. Oh, sorry. Cool.
Yeah. Well, Red Horse says it was red in Michigan as well. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it was
Oh,
very
yeah.
cool.
Sorry, I misunderstood. It's the moon.
The moon.
Well,
I'm with you on the
moon.
sunset.
We had
Concur on that.
just talking about moons. I drew the curtains the other night, and in this is my changing room, so I draw the curtains.
Crayon or in pencil or what?
with crayon because I'm a crayon sort of guy. I drew a nice fashionable curtain up.
For you Americans, he means closed or opened, depending on, I guess,
Yeah,
which
I
way
don't
is,
know what you guys
which
call
way
it.
is Drew, open or closed?
Well, if you draw the curtains, you bring them together,
Okay, got it.
and then if you open them, you open them.
So it's not closed, it's draw.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, anyway, go on.
So there's a bright light coming through, and I'm wondering who's got a spotlight on my window. Some freak is out.
What
with
is
that beam
going on out there? Like,
Yeah,
just
what's
pointed
going
right
on?
at your window.
Yeah.
So what was it?
I,
Flashlight or what?
well, I undrew the curtains, and it's the moon. But the moon was like 3 inches from my window. I was like, can you not move it back
It was-
a little bit?
It was trying.
Mr.
It was like, let me in,
Yeah.
man. Let me in there.
Let me in, dude.
It was a big old moon last
I was
night.
like, ah!
It was a big old moon last night.
It was a big old moon.
Midnight, my dog is not happy when I don't either, and it's most mornings I do. But man, by about 5 in the morning, because I think I already said this multiple times, but my bed it's about dog face height. I mean, it's not low, but it's not one of those super high ones. And she's a pretty big dog, but it's about dog face height. So I'll be laying. I'll get like a dog nose right in my face. She'd be like, "Hey, are we going or what?"
Yeah, I'm awake. It's time
Yep.
for a walk.
Yep.
Why aren't you out of bed?
Let's do this thing.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Let's
John,
see.
Good to see you're up.
Jollins is in right on. Let's see. Channel news, 100 battle
Yes.
challenge. I haven't finished any, but I am getting close with the. I think it's the VZ44
Right?
and the Object 257, which I'm having a hell of a run in right now. Of course, I just probably cursed myself, but
Yes.
this is a good tank, man. I'm at 68% win rate with 1,129 average XP. Holy cow!
See, you're one of the very few who would actually say that about that tank.
This thing's a beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a monster. It is. The gun will get you every once in a while, but man,
Very derpy for some, I think.
it is,
You have
yeah.
you have to manage that, I think.
I'm doing the VZ. I've got the Viper up to 62 battles, so it's closing. I'm also doing well with this one at 61%, over 1,000. And then there's the standard blah 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 back there. So that's what's going on with the 100 battle challenge. Battle pass. I'm at 35 because I bought that. Did you buy that thing? The little extra bonus mission thing?
No, I'm still yet to do that, but I guess I've lost time now. Have I? Is it? Only,
No,
is it
that's no. It's the one that gets you a commander at the end, and then there's enough battle pass points to get 20 levels out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I did see that. I didn't
It's
click on
$10,
it.
I think.
$10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll probably do that at some point because I've just done a brilliant deal in the EU. This annoys me. We've now sort of amalgamated we in the NA with the EU business when it comes to the website and everything,
Yeah.
and some of the game things. But for example, this morning in the EU there was a deal for 37 days of premium for 50% off. So you could get, so there was like a 30-day package with a 7-day package added to it for some
Okay.
reason. You know, they called it the lucky package or something, and that was £8.51. Well, if you bought that normal, it would be double that. It would be £18. And I'm not sure why they've done this premium deal. It's not tied to a specific event of any sort that I can see.
Right.
And then when I came onto the NA server, that deal's not there. You know, it's just an EU deal. So I've just got myself, because I'm free to play in the EU,
Yeah.
I've just spent £8 and got myself a month's worth of premium.
Oh, there you
So-
go. There you go.
Which is great, but why isn't it across the board? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, they've generally put them together, but I guess there's still specials that are separated.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'm at 35. What else we got going on? Well, we were chatting a little bit.
So you recommended, before we move further forward, you recommended that we buy this battle pass if we can afford it to buy it. It's worth having 20 odd.
Well,
Levels?
is it worth it? I don't know. It's only $10. It doesn't seem like that much, and get you 20 levels in a commander. That's pretty good. Actually, I think it's a
Right.
crew member, not a commander. Hold on, let me see. Which one is it? It's this person here.
Right.
Not commander locked.
Okay.
Yeah, so So it's just a crew member. That's actually good.
And when you complete the missions, you get a load of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of little goodies. I mean, I think it's actually one of the better deals because it's not that much, and it really gives you a nice boost on your battle pass crap. There's a lot of extra rewards. We're kind of already running into missions and specials, but who cares? That's how we roll. If we come over here, it gets you like all kinds of books, training booklets up the wazoo. It's hard to see. And then, oh, and bonds. Looks like 350, unless there's bonds involved with this. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Yep, there's bonds, it looks like, with each level, potentially. Maybe not the first
Okay,
level.
yeah, that's right. There's 500 bonds, it's saying there.
Yeah, so there's bonds,
Yeah.
there's books, there's the universal or personal training manual worth 850,000. There's a style, which is Heart of Stone or Name of Stone. What is it? Heart of Stone style. So I think it's not a bad deal, really.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Okay, I'll look at that when we finish this. I'll probably buy it.
All right, oh, Brute,
Because
see
for
you,
me,
brother.
it's £7. It works out £7.71.
Fly
The
safe,
NA.
man. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Brute, yeah. All the best, mate.
All right. Yeah, so we were discussing a little bit about, we'll just bring everyone else up to speed on the standard Guido weekend shenanigans.
Yes.
I was telling Pilgrim that I had a sprinkler that was, for some reason, not getting to part of the yard. So turned them on and looked at it and went, well, that would be the big bush that's in the way that's overgrown, and now it's blocking the sprinkler.
Yeah.
So yesterday's plan was to go out, and I'm going to grab the hedger, and I'm going to go ahead and knock down some of that bush, carve out a space or whatever I got to do, shape it. So I looked at it and went, wow, it's really big compared to what it used to be. You know how we didn't discuss this, but hedges tend to do this. They grow and you cut them back, but for some reason you never really cut them back all the way. So,
Right, yeah.
they just tend to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And then when you do want to cut them back, you run into the thing I was talking about, where you cut them back and now the greenery's gone, and now it's just
Yes.
and then it's not
Some of
hedger.
the stumps.
Yeah, now the hedger can't handle it because the various branches are too thick.
Yeah.
And
they're
then-
sort of this thick now.
Yeah, and so then we got down. I found basically the rabbit hole as I traveled deeper and deeper. I just got the loppers out and I just cut it down to the ground. So just to start
Wow.
over. And I was telling Pilgrim there was a smaller one next to it that I've been trying to kind of coax and incorporate into the bigger one. What I thought I was doing was cutting the bigger one down and letting the smaller one grow to it. But
Yeah.
they always seem to have the same relative difference in size.
Right.
So I completely
Right.
failed.
Yeah. So what did you do? Yeah.
I cut down the little one too. So now
Yeah. You've got both. You've got two stumps at the
Yeah.
end of the yard now. Well, they'll grow together. Bless them.
in theory, yeah. And then I was telling Pilgrim, since I'm sure you guys are into this, I'm out there with the hedger and I look over at the big hedges in front of the house and I go, those need
Yeah.
to be cut. And here I am,
Yeah.
all sweaty already. So took those down.
Yeah.
And then I
It's one job leads to another in the yard. When you get out and do that one job, you think, "Oh, I'll just do that." That forever leads to another job and another job and another job, and you end up painting stuff. Even
Yeah.
though you went out to do the yard,
Well,
you
that's-
end up painting.
I did. I painted the rest of the windows because first I painted that repair job, and then I went,
Yeah.
all the sills need to be painted and worked on, and I did some caulking and working on, painted some of them. Then I went, the sides of the window need painting. So then I got halfway up and I couldn't reach, and I went, well, I need the ladder, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that whole thing. So that I ended up doing that yesterday. So then I finished the other half of the windows yesterday.
Amazing, isn't it? I'm quite glad that I'm a hobbit because I can only reach underneath. I don't have to go any further higher,
Yeah.
even on a ladder.
Wayne, my problem with projects, I have a couple. That, which I think is standard for everybody, that, and for some reason, I almost always tend to break something in the middle of fixing other things,
Yeah.
or find something that also is broken that has to be done first. So then I'm reoriented onto the new project, which invariably takes longer than you thought it was going to.
Yeah.
I
And you don't have the right stuff for it. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I'm forever doing that. I'm going out, doing a project, seeing something else that needs doing, going, hang on a minute, I'll just do that. Go to the shed or the garage.
Yep.
I don't have the right kit. Right.
That's right.
Phone the do-it-yourself place. Can you get a delivery down today? Yeah, no problem. So I'm there now, tapping my fingers until this stuff gets delivered. And then it just goes on and on. And then the original project is still sat there. And the only thing the House General says, I see you haven't done that thing I asked you to do the other day. I was like, yeah, but no buts. No, yeah, buts. It just hasn't been done.
Project Cars and Houses, Midnight. Project Cars are the same thing.
Yeah.
Project Cars are the, yeah. I've already got it up on the lift or up on the braces. I might as well get to this.
Yeah, yeah. It's on the axle stands. I might as well change the exhaust, even though I'm just doing an oil change.
Right, because it needs doing, and I'm already here.
It needs doing. Yeah, tis while I'm in here.
So anyway, yeah, it's been my weekend. But
Yeah.
it's what we were talking about. I actually enjoy that stuff to some extent. I mean, I don't want to be out there kicking my own arse every day out in the heat. But
No.
and actually, somebody who mentioned the weather.
Way back when?
Yeah, who
Fast
was
Red
that?
Horse, was it?
Fast Red Horse, maybe. I don't remember who it was, but it's been gorgeous here for the last about 2 weeks, like well below the standard heat, especially in the evening.
Oh.
The evenings have been fantastic. About now, it just gets so hot and muggy even in the evenings. There's just never a break. So touch wood, so far we've had a really nice spring. Now it gets plenty hot in the day, and it's a bit steamy, but the humidity's a little less than usual, and the night heat is. We got a lot of north wind for some reason this year that we don't usually get. So it's been nice.
That just cools it down a little bit, I guess, doesn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, what happens? Where does your moisture come from? This is a personal question.
Me?
Where does your moisture come from? No, where? Because is it the sea? Is it the swamplands, or is it cloud cover during the night that keeps the heat in and keeps the moisture in? What is it that keeps
For us?
Florida so yeah?
The Gulf.
So. Oh, is it so?
Oh
straight
yeah.
to the sea?
Oh yeah. The Gulf is just it's hot, and there's plenty of obviously water over the Gulf, and then this is all swampland, and oh yeah. Yep.
Because I'm trying to, because I've never been to Florida, but I've been to Central America, so I'm trying to compare it, because in Central America it's very, very fresh. I mean, unless you're in the jungle, but on the coastline it's very fresh, but it's hot.
Yeah.
But it's very fresh because there's that sea breeze. So I just wondered whether, because Florida is swamped.
See, we don't,
You've got
because
too
the
much
Gulf.
water.
That kind of happens in the winter around here when we get the wind off the Gulf. It'll be kind of humid and cold.
Right.
Ish.
Yeah.
But because it's all that's coming from the south, it's generally a warmer air coming from the south. So all of our cold air comes from the north, over land. It's getting in the 90s here, Cyberfly, during the day. But I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys are having the same thing, but in the evenings, it's really quite pleasant compared to what it usually
Which is nice
is.
to sit out for, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. But it's not going to last. It'll get hot. It is going to get hot.
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
What was that?
I guess, yeah, your summer will kick in at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. I had something really important to say, but now it's completely escaped me, so it wasn't that important.
Yeah, you
All
can't
right.
remember.
Something about the weekend. But anyway, so what have you been up to, man? What are you playing now?
Well, as I say, that built. That's me socks and undie drawers.
Yeah, just leave
As
those.
was mentioned before.
Leave those in there, please.
Yeah, but it's the same thing out. I've finished the patio. That's done. We
Ah.
had breakfast this morning out on the patio, which was lovely.
Very
First
nice.
time at the new house, having breakfast out on the patio, and we bought ourselves another little storage unit, which the house general wants to put all her bits and bobs cleaning stuff out there. So obviously having the bigger patio now
Yeah.
was quite useful. I've got at the end of the yard, or garden in my case, a triffid jungle growing towards me. So I'm gonna have to get out the back at some point. Remember those pictures you sent me of the space between yours and your neighbours? That sort of triffid, infested.
Yeah.
That is what it's looking like down there. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get out there and get the flamethrower out and do some serious triffid killing. I think. It's getting. I might even be able to send you some pictures of it, but they're getting big, these things.
Did your wife do the standard? I now have an empty patio space in the backyard, which is in need of some kind of new outdoor furniture trick.
Exactly that. I said, because my old smoker's gone when we left the other place. I got
Me
rid of
old
it.
smoker.
Yeah, the old smoker. It was beyond its days. So I then said, right, now the patio's gone, I'll measure it up for a smoker. So
Ah.
I'm out there with the tape measure.
Taking the wrong measurements.
Yes, and she went, "What do you think you're doing?" I said, "I'm measuring up for the smoker." She went, "No." She said, "We're putting a storage box there." I said, "Are we?" So yeah, that's exactly what happened. You hit the nail on the head. I was like, so I've now given up my smoker space to a storage box.
You got smoked.
But, I did, yeah.
You got smoked. You got smoked out.
Yeah.
The smoke
Yeah, I
screen.
did. No, I don't know. So I'll end up building a brick one down the end of the yard somewhere, I think.
Oh, that'll be
You know
cool.
what I mean?
There we go.
That'd be
Project.
Yeah. Project,
right.
yes, a project.
All right, are we ready to talk about some tanks?
Shall we?
Do you have your light in handy reach? It's time to
Yes,
chill.
indeed. It's there.
Get the blue light special going on.
Get the blue lights going. I want to put this on my car, really.
So I had a laugh the other day. I go into, so we have, where our Sims are is all in secure space, and there's a system by which you let people know that there's an unsecured person in there. They're being escorted, and so that everyone that's in the space knows that there's these lights, and they're blue like they're blue like that. And they're up on the
yeah.
they're up on the ceiling. However,
Yeah.
in the space we have, the one's kind of in the corner, and it's a dark, really, and they're not very bright, really. So it's kind of hard to see. So I walk in, and up on one of the servers is exactly one of these.
No way.
Yeah, that's somebody. It's just sitting there. So they bought an extra one. So I mean, I picked it up and like this. I think it's the exact same stupid blue light special.
With all that sort of information on the back.
Yeah, well, I need to look at it actually. If it is, it probably is. I just laughed, So when you walk in, you go and turn that one on as it's sitting on top of one of the servers. It's hilarious.
So you can put your tinfoil hat on and say that the Chinese have now got access to your sim area because they've got one of their lights.
Oh, good
in there.
lord! Don't tell one of the security. Don't even joke like that with one of the security guys. They'll lose their mind. They have no sense of humor. These people.
No, they don't.
All right.
Oh dear. Right, tanks. What we doing?
Yeah.
Tanks.
Everything is a threat to them.
Absolutely.
Their grandmother is a threat to them. All right.
Yeah. Because she likes chicken chow mein for his dinner. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't even know. Pilgrim goes off the rails. All right. Let's see what we got for sale. We got the 114 back, man. Only $105.
Yeah.
Pilgrim.
Yeah. I think that's a very good deal if you've got that much money in your bank.
Can you even buy it? Is it available? Yes. Okay. So there's a $78 version, and then down here, because why would you put them all together? So apparently it is $57.
Really? Do you know what? I get it. They price it because they've got to price it, but I don't know how they do this, really. That's a lot of money, isn't it, for a gang of pixels?
Do you think this is the most expensive online game? What do you guys think?
You know what?
It's got to be in the
you've got
running.
The right answer.
Got to be in
Right
the running.
answer. Yeah.
Are there any other
Got to
game?
be.
Fast Red Horse says no way. Which one's
really?
more? Madden?
Madden.
Oh, do you have to pay for players? Like, is there you got to pay real money to unlock players?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's hilarious. Is that what it is? Star Trek Fleet Command? FIFA stuff. Madden Ultimate Team. Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Okay,
Like
enough.
how much? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
There's
good.
that part. There's that part. That's crazy. All right, so the 114 is out there. The Centurion 5-1. Hawk 30. We've got the MLA. I don't know why you would buy this. You can get this one for bonds.
Yeah. Which I did.
Pretty sure, right? You can, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So 8,000 bonds, you can have that basically for free. Let's see, what else? So here, this was interesting. See this right here, Pilgrim? one premium day plus
Yeah.
XP boost. It's $1.78, but for some reason they've decided to put. Oh, that's what it is. I saw the little tank symbol. I'm like, what? What is this? That's very cheap for a tank. But that's actually the picture that's on the XP boost thing. That's what that is. So it's showing you the XP boost
Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah.
and the
yeah.
one day, but it kind of threw me off when I first glanced at it. I'm like, oh, there's a tank on that. What is going on here? My BMW. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. So I wanted to show this down here. No, that's not it. We're going to go over to maybe specials, I think. And if we scroll down, I like to make a plug for this every once in a while because if you're free to play and you got a weekend, there's a couple things down here that are pretty good for like a weekend of gameplay. But I think this is the best one. You get 1,000 gold, 100,000 silver, and 3 days of premium for $5.
Yeah.
You know, $5,
Well worth it.
and you got a weekend. You got a weekend to play World of Tanks with premium. That's actually not a bad deal. $5 for a weekend.
Exactly
to
that.
play 'em.
If you've got your free weekend and you want to play World of Tanks and you're gonna, do 60 to 100 battles over a weekend, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, that is well worth it because you'll recover the cost of $5 easily.
Yeah.
Even if you priced out credits, you'll recover the cost.
Although $5 every 3 days is probably not a good deal.
No,
So don't keep buying that every 3 days.
so just do it every weekend.
Yeah, just forego your cafe latte soybean half milk double shake on the rocks coffee, and you'll be able to play the game. All right.
Yeah, but never forgo that final beer at the pub on the way home. Never forgo that. If it's £5, spend it on the beer instead. You'll get better results.
I'm gonna recommend you spend it on this and not that beer because that last beer is always a bad idea. Because
Isn't it?
when you get to the part of the evening where you're like just one more beer,
Yeah.
you're probably 5 or 6 into that evening, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Peacetime War Dog, how are you doing? Good morning. Hello. All noobs, please buy that and go to the beach and take the low ground. Yes.
Yes, exactly. And never go back to base. Always win your flank and press into the TD.
Yes. Push into all camping guys. See if you can get farmed. The more you get farmed, the better.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it there, fellas. There's not a whole lot going on here. I mean, you can get the Scorpions back up. Oh, the STA2 is in the... Oh, no, these are the standard ones. Never mind. I've rolled into the standard ones that you can get every time. In fact, you can get this M4 MLE. Is that one on the tech tree? I think it is. I think it is in the tech tree option. It is. So you can always get that on the tech tree for gold. And you can get the other one for bonds. The one with the 2D skin on it. All right, so that's it for that, fellers. What else we got? We got for missions and specials. What did I have on my list? Oh, this was kind of cool. The K9. Did you vote?
No, I haven't hung across it. Where am I looking?
Well, it's over because the name of the dog is Sherman.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah, no, I saw
Yeah.
it on the website. Yeah, so I do apologise. No, I didn't vote for it. Sherman, good name.
I should have taken a picture of how I voted because I don't remember where I put Sherman, but I feel like maybe it was near the top. I don't know if it was number 1.
Okay.
I am well, peacetime.
Makes sense,
Thank you.
though, doesn't it? Makes.
Yeah, that's actually cool. I kind of like that. So that's the dog's name. You can still donate and get some of these things. And based on information from several people, that is the price, fellas, for 2 tanks. I mean, if you don't have the Renegade and the T-34, even just the Renegade for 33 is a decent deal with the extra stuff chucked in. But if you're going to get the T-34 too, which, it's not a great tank, but for $33, that's a heck of a deal. And you're donating to the K9 thing. So that's still available. I didn't see if there was a time on that. Let's see. Does it have a date listed? 11 days, so you got lots of days left on that thing. All right, so that's happening. Missions and specials. We've got the Manicore and the WZ-113 are still up. And then we got Watt Monthly. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Indeed.
this is interesting. The in studio part is kind of stilted a little bit. There's a section where she's at a kino or in front of a tank.
Yes.
I don't know if she's at a kino. She's
Yeah.
not at a kino. She's in front of a tank, where completely different personality. So I don't know if that was done earlier or what. But anywho,
Well, I think she has a script. She has to.
oh,
stick to.
absolutely.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's very little creative
Yeah.
maneuverability in there. So this is mostly charting out the various drops campaigns. Just of note, guys, the standard drops campaigns are going on, but also we have both Aquino, which is on the 9th of June, and Tankfest, which is on the 23rd of June in the UK. So one in Canada, one in the UK. And there are going to be drop campaigns for those. So I think some of them will be attached to watching the No Kiddin' Wargaming official, and some of them will be attached to just whoever. I think most of the big campaigns, as they have been lately, will be attached to the Wargaming official channel, so you'll have to watch those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, I'm a little bit
quite
worried
cool.
about that as well. That's kind of what I'm seeing.
Yeah. That is.
I have
very
zero
well.
inside info on that, by the way. I'm just going off what I see here.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that. That her whole package has been reduced right down to this once a month, and it's scripted. She's not allowed to go off script. Although, as you say, when she was doing the Aquino thing, it seemed a bit more free based, and seemed a bit happier doing it.
Yeah.
So, but that's just impressions. It's nothing,
Right,
as you say, nothing written in stone.
right.
I like the fact that they've got the toggle. It's a freebie. I think that's a Breton Panther, isn't it? Breton Panther coming up for free when you get your drops.
Where's that?
What's the top one? Is that what tanks you're going to get? Premium, a guaranteed premium tank for watching.
Oh, where's that show up?
When you go back to Road to Tank Fest.
Oh, I'm not.
Twitch for.
Oh, I'm not on. Okay, road. Oh, this. Okay. So anyway, yeah, let's finish this up real quick. Really, this is just about the different campaigns, guys. There's no other big info on here. There's a D-Day special tomorrow that is going to go on. There'll be a live stream. Deals on. There should be deals on premium vehicles as well. There's Steel Hunter Reborn starting on the 12th, which is next week. And I thought somewhere in here, I think we have the info because we'll look at the article. There's also Frontline coming back.
Yeah.
Top of the tree. So the next top of the tree is the 57 Heavy and the Foch B. D-Day stream. Aquino Tank, Steel Hunter Reborn as noted, and Tank Fest. And that's pretty much, that's all that's really talking about. So you're talking about Road to Tank Fest, which look at that article just, whoa. The heck? Oh, sad face. I guess that is that.
Oh, you can't download the YouTube. The YouTube is blocked, is it not?
Yeah, something. Join us on Twitch. Free guaranteed premium tank. Really? Blah blah blah. What is going on with this?
I don't know. I can't get it down either. It says youtube.com is blocked.
So 11 plus 20. What is this? 11 plus 25. 60 60 equals a tank.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
No idea what that means. Does that mean you've got to watch for 11 days, 25 days?
So they've dropped this article, but all of their links are broken.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody dropped it too early.
Yeah.
This also looks formatted weird. I don't know if something's going on with this. So we started the Ontenero. Oh, I see. So those are the 2 days. All right. So the one is Aquino and the other one is Tank Fest.
Yeah.
11 for 11th.
that's right.
Yeah. So I guess you can get a tank. You can either get, like you said, the 131, the Tog, or the Baton. There's some styles. There's some missions. So 30 minutes gives you 5 times 5s. 60 minutes gives you a whatever that is. What is it? A stamp or whatever? And then you roll the dice. I thought it was guaranteed to get a tank.
That's what I thought. Oh, you're probably rolling the dice for which of the premium tanks you're going to get. guaranteed to get it.
Oh, these are. What is going on here? Okay, first of the 2 streams, Road the Tank vote counts toward a free premium tank of your choice. Get ready.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. Keep watching. Grant you additional premium vehicle like the hard-hitting Italian destroyer, Vipera, 3D styles, and much more. And whatever this thing is. What is that thing? I don't know what that is. Is that the British light tank? Senlac, maybe? Can't tell what that is.
Yeah, possibly.
These look like 3D styles up here. And then, this is a mess. Now what? Second of 2 streams, which counts towards a premium tank. Get ready, blah, blah, blah. Stream for 3 hours, giving you plenty of time to catch all the Twitch drops. So 30 minutes, 6. So you have to do an hour and a half, 2 hours. All right.
Yeah.
So 2 hours out of 3 on that one, and 120, 3 hours. So you got to do 120 minutes. So looks like 2 hours out of the 3. So you got to time it right so that you can see enough of it. But it takes you 2 hours out of 3, and then there's the dice roll for a 59G. That is the Senlac, I think.
I was going to say there's a 59G in there, isn't there?
Oh no, that's the German tank. That's a German tank. Or is it? I don't know. It's hard to see.
Yeah, you can't make the picture bigger either, can you? To see.
Is that a Barosk? I think that's the Burr.
Yeah, it looks like a Baross, doesn't it? With the you can see the end of the barrel. Looks like it.
And then that's a Skoda T56, I think.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Maybe an LT 432.
Yeah.
Wow.
So some reasonable tanks to be won just by watching the stream and rolling the dice.
June 5 to July 10th, a new token store. That's all the same stuff. These are new, so it's paint and some new styles, but that's all that's going on there. Well, it's hard to make heads or tails of that other than you have to watch, and then you're going to get some rolls. But I thought it said guaranteed tank. I guess this is the guaranteed tank up here, this thing. One of these 3.
One of those 3, the Tog, the Barrette.
Okay, so as people are saying, if you watch 60 minutes, I think chat's been saying this, 60 minutes on the 11th at least, and 60 on the 25th, you're guaranteed one of these dudes.
Right, okay.
Then, while those particular streams are going, this one for, if you watch 2 hours, you'll get a dice roll and probably get 1 day of premium. That's my guess. And maybe maybe that. And then on the 25th, if you watch 2 out of 3 hours, you will... Hey, you have 2 rolls actually for premium. Looks like at 90 minutes for these 2, and at 120 minutes for these 3, and you'll probably end up with a day of premium.
Yeah, there you go. Worked it out.
So essentially, you're guaranteed 5 kits. 1, whatever this is. What is this? Why do I need a stamp? What is this stamp? What is the stamp?
I don't know.
Honestly, what the hell is it? That's the little symbol they use for stamps that usually opens up a mission. Maybe it's a mission. I don't know, but it's... The stamp is for... Oh! There you go. Good one, Cliffy. There you go. Because you need 60 minutes. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Ah. There you go. Stamp. Stamp. See, that's why you need a Cliffy decoder ring for this shit.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, so 1160 stamp plus 2560 stamp equals a tank.
One of those.
Makes sense now. Now that he says it, it makes sense. All right, so that's your stamp to get your tank. So you're going to get times 5, a stamp, in a day of premium. Then you're going to get 5 kits, a stamp, a day of premium, 2 days of premium, because you're definitely going to get these 2, because you'll get the 120, and then you'll get one of these. And the bummer here is that since you don't know which one you're going to get, you can't sell the one.
Yeah. You can't sell it to me. Yes, exactly that. Yeah.
So probably,
bummer, isn't it?
you know, in the past with these, what they've done is if you had it, you got no compensation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they stopped giving gold out, didn't they?
Well, gold for sure is gone, but even one of them recently, there wasn't even any credits for doing it. One of their missions.
Oh right.
You didn't even get credits.
Wow. So if so sell it. Sell all three. Sell all three. Get your free tank. Sell your free tank.
Oh, stand by.
Use the money to
Pilgrinomics
buy-
inbound. Pilgrinomics inbound. All right, hold on. Let me get my head straight for this. All right, go.
Right, sell all
go.
three.
Yep.
Sell all three.
Yep. Yep.
Right. Then you'll have a massive credits.
Ton.
Then get your free tank.
Okay.
Sell that as well. Then you'll have enough credits to buy your 3 tanks back and have some credits left over. Because you've sold the free tank that you got. But you wouldn't get any credits for that free tank because you've already got it. So sell all 3. Then you've got, like, let's say, for example, you've got 5 million.
All right, hold on.
Right.
You only get half. You only get half your money for selling them.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah. So.
Right. Did that not work out then? Okay. All right, don't do that then.
Essentially, let me try to figure that out. Let's pretend they're all the same amount. You would essentially sell 3 tanks for half price. You would get a 4th tank for full that you could sell for half price. So you'd still be 2 tanks down, I think. Something like that. I don't know.
Oh, would you? Oh, all right.
All I know is it doesn't work out like that. If they were 100% when you sell them, then that would absolutely work.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
thanks, Wayne. Thanks, Wayne. He's crushed my dreams. I was about to do that. I was about to sell them 3 tanks and do the Pilgrinomics and get myself some decent credits and a free tanks.
You know what the good
Right.
news is, Pilgrim?
What's that?
That you're thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, you started formulating a plan to beat the
Yes.
man immediately.
Absolutely.
You're like, how do I
That's how I
how do
roll.
I stick it to the man with this deal? It's good. It's good stuff.
Dear.
Now, it did work though. It did work if there was only one involved. That's what you know what I'm saying. Because then you would sell if you knew which one you were going to get. You would sell that one, and you would get that money, and then you'd get the replacement for free. So you made that money.
Yes.
But unfortunately, since you don't know which one it is, now what would be funny is
But you've got a 33.3% chance of picking the right tank, haven't you?
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. What if you only get the one you don't have?
Yeah, there is that. There is that. Yeah. So you could sell your TOG, and then it would give you a TOG back.
Correct. In which case it would work.
Shall I try it?
Yeah.
Shall I sell my Panther and see if it works?
Well, you don't have to yet because it's not even a factor until the 25th. I'm going to wait till this stuff isn't broken and see if maybe it mentions such a thing. It does not
Alright.
here,
Yeah.
and it may not in the video, but let's see if it even says. You'll get to choose. So if Cliffy thinks you'll get to choose, in which case it will
That's
work
gonna
also.
work.
In which case,
Yes.
if that's true, then find the one that's worth the most for selling.
Yes.
Whichever one of the 3, and I would imagine it's the 131 or the TOG. Usually, mediums are worth less credits, not worthless. That was a lot of math in the morning, Pilgrim.
It was, wasn't it?
What
It
did we
was,
solve
but
here? Well,
It works for me. I might just sell all 3 anyway and just see how that turns out. So there you go.
and claim victory.
Yes.
Yeah, just
I did
sell
it. I stuck it to the man.
I did. I claim victory. This was
Yes.
It was perfectly executed. Oh man! All right, I think that's it for missions and specials. Anything to add, Pilgrim, that you had in there?
I think we covered everything. I had a quick look.
Quick.
There is the 121 video out that tells you all the wonderful things about 121 and all the rest of it. But I don't really want to cover that unless you do.
What are you talking about?
On the website, they've got the update video out, which tells you all the goodies that the things have done, all the wonderful things that Wargaming are doing to the game with the new update.
Oh, 121. Yeah.
Didn't
I
really
think
want to
we
go through all
covered.
that.
Yeah, we covered that last week. Did we, or did the
Yeah, we
update
did.
happen? No, the update happened this week, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I like the service record, the way they've done it. It seems a little bit more useful and a little more user friendly. So, but get this, the Hall of Fame is still in beta. Oh my goodness me, it's been in beta for 9 years. It was the perfect opportunity to sort out the Hall of Fame when they redid the UI on the your service guide and all the rest of it, and it just got ignored. It just got left by the wayside.
Diablo, hold that thought. Hold that thought. That is absolutely subject. I have arranged, I believe, my service record in the perfect manner, and we will come back to that. Since we've been at it for 50 odd minutes, we're going to take a 5-minute break to refresh the coffee. I'm just about done with mine.
Yeah, I'm at my tea. I need to get some more.
You guys go do what you got to do. Bio break, make a coffee, pour a beer, whatever. Give us 5 minutes and we'll be right back.
Guido is his name, Tankin is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Now in the shadows came a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what? If you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. But he saw the need for the Watt community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. wide, using YouTube, Twitch, and various means to lead you to the promised land of WR. Win 8 and damage counts. That a mortal man is only stuff of dreams. Win your flank and then go back, was his mantra for the pack, to which they shouted, "Yes, bossman, that we will. Win our flank and then flex back." Guido is his name, tanky is his game. Guido! Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido!
All right, we are back. Good point by Cliffy. I forgot about that. And I think the reason this is the Battle Pass missions, I believe the reason is because the marathon is in there somewhere and they don't want people using it on the marathon. What do we call it? The Marapass.
The Marapa, yeah.
Yeah. So good point. You have to do it by the 21st, so don't wait too long. They're not too hard. I got them done in about 3 days, 2 or 3 days. But you certainly don't want to wait till the very end if you're going to use it. In game, not on the web page. Yeah. All right. So you ready, Pilgrim?
Yeah. Let's
All
go
right.
for this.
Here's my setup. I've chosen the most important badges, I believe. And all right. So you guys can't see it. What do I need to do here? Here, let's do this. I'm just going to scooch this up for the moment. Scooch. All right, so we have number 1, Greaser's Gold. Very important badge. I got that because it's a subculture popular among American male youth of the 50s and 60s. Featured in films
Right.
such as The Wild One and The Outsiders.
Okay.
Can I just pause here for a moment and mention the one movie they didn't mention, which actually probably had more influence on that?
Go on then.
The
Go on
actual movie called Grease.
Oh yeah, there wasn't there.
Yeah. So that's a big one. And then the other one is, what's the 50s movie where they're cruising that had Opie in it? What was that called? American something? Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Graffiti. American Graffiti. So
Yeah.
that should have also been there. All right, that being said, the next one is Racer 2014, where I won a race in the Chaffee Sport, one of the greatest actual fun additional kind of things they ever built.
Yeah.
And I have a record
I didn't know you
combo.
could put those medals in there. That's cool.
I have a
like that
record
idea.
combo of victories in a row of exactly 1.
Yeah.
All right. And then the next
Well,
one.
while you're talking, I've just gone through and changed all of mine to things like Cabbage Mechanic team member.
Hold on, I'm getting there.
All right, go on then.
Football Player 2014, where I won a battle in the T62A Sport, and I had a record combo victories in a row of exactly 1. Moving on, we have
Brilliant.
King of the Road,
Yeah.
awarded during the Great Race 2019, because I am indeed the king of the road. GPS 17, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
Oh man.
Then,
Did you not put in the perfect taste of music as well? That's a good medal.
I don't know if I have that one.
Oh crikey! I got
Next we have the largest medal, which I quite enjoyed. Plus, it has a fighter helmet on it, which is perfect. And it is the Squadron Ace tanker. This was for getting an ace in the T-29 during the Talk to Me Goose challenge.
that. Right. Okay.
Probably the most prestigious challenge that has ever happened in the game.
I think. Yeah.
Easily. Now, somebody
Yeah.
mentioned it. We get to, and these were in no particular order of precedence. I don't know if we've established an order of precedence, guys. I mean, at some point,
Alright.
maybe somebody should write down the order of precedence, kind of like you wear your medals on on your uniform? Which one's the most, highest precedence and downward?
Yes.
You know.
Yes. In order of precedence.
Yeah, I don't know. These are not in any order, but we do have, of course. I mean, please, if you don't, do you even World of Tanks if you don't have the Keeper of the Keys as one of your?
Oh, I was just going to say that I've got that. The Keeper of the Keys, Class 5.
I mean, do you even World of Tanks if you have not done this?
You don't. You're not a what person. You're not a what person if you ain't got that.
Keeper of the Keys, Class 5. And, of course, shout out to probably one of the greatest wargaming employees, Cabbage Mechanic. Being a member of the Cabbage Mechanic team and complete a special mission during Team Clash 2021.
There you go. There you go. That's a good medal list. Can I read out mine? Do you mind if I read out mine?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What do you got?
I started off with, because I'm always looking forward, the future is set. Awarded for your achievements during Battle Pass Judgment Day. So you got a Terminator medal. I think that was quite cool.
It's called the what?
A Terminator medal.
Okay, Terminator medal. All right.
Terminator medal. And then the next one is for perfect taste in music.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you earned the TL1 LPC Pretty Fly 3D style, you got perfect taste in music.
Perfect taste. Okay.
Then I'm actually a very good scout on Murney 13, according to this medal.
Oh.
I'm a 1-star scout.
A 1-star scout.
Yeah. And then Keeper of the Keys.
Right. There you go.
Keeper of the Keys. And then I've got Worthy Apprentice, because I completed the boot camp many, many moons ago. Obviously, Captain Mechanic, as you say.
You're the worthiest apprentice we know.
Exactly.
The worthiest, not worthless. The worthiest.
Worthiest. Worthiest. And then the final medal I've got there is commemoration award to celebrate the cosmonauts. To the stars.
To the stars. Nice.
Yeah.
See, I don't know where those land in order of precedence. Not sure.
I don't either. No.
Now,
I think the Keeper of the Keys should be first, I do.
I do. Yeah, I guess that's probably the most obvious number one.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's probably no award with more precedence than the Keeper of the Keys. You are Gozer, the gatekeeper.
Yes, exactly that. You are the holder of the 5 keys.
Yeah. Yeah. First, that's a good question. Does it? So then the orientation of it, that matters too. Now, in terms of military awards, it's left to right, I think.
Left to right.
But maybe in the case of this, because of the way it's displayed, it should be middle center. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you might have a point there, actually. Yeah. Yeah, it's very difficult to work that out. Actually, I mean, I guess we can have a popular consensus.
I think Car Forever is on something. There absolutely should be a stat of blind kills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Beyond render range with the KV2. Yes.
That's a good point, Cliffy, because it's all personal, isn't it? We're getting a little too wrapped around the axle. Perhaps it's just whatever bling makes your heart sing.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Where it fits in your particular outlook on the game.
Yep.
I think that's the one. Hey, Muskrat's come in. Well done, Muskrat. Nice to see you in, buddy.
I mean, who can tell another person how much flair they're going to wear?
Exactly. Can you?
You only have 10 pieces of flair. That's the minimum.
Yes. And all arty medals. There you go. Pig wants all arty medals.
The manager. You only have, was it 10 or 8? What did she have? I can't remember if she had 10 or 8 or 5. What was the number? There was. So, the movie is called The Office. Wait a minute. Is that The Office? It's Jennifer Aniston. Be like Brian. Brian has all the flair.
Yes.
Muskrat, good morning, man. How are you? Office Space. That's right. Not The Office. Office Space. What a great scene that is. Absolutely hilarious. Oh man, a randomized button. That'd be awesome. A randomized button would be amazing.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
a bit like the game, a bit like the team you get, the random teams.
Yeah, Maltese Office Space, man. Yep. Great movie. So this is weird to me, and I don't know why they did this, and maybe they just don't have the numbers. But if you notice, your maximum blocked and your maximum assistance were, I won't say they're reset. They started at 0. So basically, from
Yeah.
as of that patch, then that would populate. Whereas your damage
Then there's
record,
an average. There's an average, so they must have that information somewhere because they've got an average underneath.
I think the average was 0 too. Was also 0. That's the average of
okay.
everything you've done since the patch. They had damage
Oh,
record.
sure? Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense because I've got maximum blocked 0, but an average of 291. What does that mean?
What?
My it reads vehicles destroyed record, assistance record,
Uh huh.
which has a figure 28 and an average of 265, and then maximum blocked is 0 with an average of 291. What if it's the game average? That doesn't sound right.
No,
does
you
it?
should have a maximum blocked number there. I don't understand why you wouldn't have one.
I've got 0, and then I've got an average.
That is absolutely Pilgrinomics Heisenberg. Somehow.
They've learned from me. They give me a Pilgrinomics. I've done no maximum damage blocking whatsoever, but I've got an average.
Oh right. Hold on. Pigs got it out. The average is from when they first started reporting assist in the API. Okay, which was not too long ago, but they didn't collect the record. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
All right, so these numbers. The point of this is completely jacked up. This has almost nothing. I think this stuff over here, obviously the battles is. This is all time on the left side.
Yeah.
They have all those
Yeah.
numbers all time since you played,
Yeah.
or maybe since 2014. I don't remember what they said it was. Is it since 2014? I don't remember. But this well, vehicles destroyed is all time. These two are a bit of a mix. The maximum is since this patch. The average is since, I guess, since they started reporting it. Although I don't know if maybe the blocked might be for all time. So it's just completely jacked up.
It is jacked up, isn't it? It's all over the place. I
Yeah.
mean, the only figures I can see in there. All right, let's have a look. Average damage record 6,870 in a JP in a Yagaru. So that's still there. That you can still get that. Maximum experience, you can still get that. So I sort of get that. That's on the left hand side.
Yeah, Cliffy says the assist average matches, so the average is, I guess, all time.
Okay.
Which one's the Fadens? Well, I have 11 of those. I have a bunch more battles than you, though. So your rate
yeah,
your
the
rate
upload saying.
your rate of Fadens is much higher than mine is. Destroy the last with the last shell. There's 3 I don't have. I do not have Takarzis, which is 5 vehicles while having 5 different modules damaged, and something with the crew. And then I don't have the big one. I don't have Rasenyanai's
That one.
Heroes Medal because that's kill 14. I also don't have this. Berta's 3 enemy SPGs in 1 battle in a tank destroyer.
Oh, I got that. Hey!
Destroyed vehicle
got
must be
one.
1 tier higher. Oh wow, interesting. So I have not killed 3 SPGs in 1 battle with the tank destroyer 1 tier higher. That's fairly specific. Do they still have? Do they still have that one they took out? Whitman's or whatever it was. Was it Whitman or was it something else? Where is that? Is it still around? Fadens. Got Radley Walters. Got 67 of them bad boys. Got 9 pools. Have they completely removed that? Is it not even listed anymore?
Can't see it. Epic medals, I think it's under, isn't it? So you've got.
Well, I think I don't know if they left it in Epic. I think they moved it. Is there a discontinued tab? There used to be a discontinued tab, I thought. They may have actually just deleted it completely.
Yeah, it only goes as far as special.
Because he was basically like a Nazi or whatever, so they... Oh, wait, nope, they did not. It's right there. Bolters, not to Whitman. Bolter. There it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that was an interesting one because early on you got that for 7. That was what you got for 7. So 6 was Top Gun, 7 was Bolters, and then 8 was the other thing. Rigger 6, what's happening, man? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, guys. And then this is that's Sniper. All right.
Here's another thing I've just come across that I did not know I had. You must have this. Talk to me, Goose. The squadron medals.
Yeah, I just showed you
the
that.
specials.
That's one of my top ones right there, man.
Oh, got you. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I'm listening to the pigeons out there.
Bloody pigeons. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that randomness. Where are we?
Yes, please. Let's stop this.
All right, Frontline. Frontline starts on the 5th, goes to the 12th. Let's take a look at the article because there's a few things going on with Frontline I thought kind of interesting. And let's go. So that's Tamale, right? Yep.
Yep.
Starting tomorrow through the 12th. So
It is.
only 1 week. Isn't that usually 2 weeks?
Yeah, I thought it was normally or 10 days or something like that. It extends over 2 weekends. I seem to remember it being, but I might be wrong. I seem to remember it starting on a weekend and finishing on a weekend. So maybe I got it wrong. Yeah, new map, Wayne. I'm looking forward to it because it's my EU account go-to game. That's where I earn my credits to keep me going in the EU account hobby matches. So I'm quite looking forward to it. It's not big as credit farm as it used to be, but it's enough to keep me playing free to play generally. On the
Well, thank you for the follow, Maltese. Much appreciated. So interesting you say that, talking about whether you want to play it or not, because guess what they've put in it? Experimental equipment.
Oh man. Do you know what? I didn't even look at it. I just thought it'd be new map, Frontline, let's go. I didn't even go through the blurb.
Yeah,
Should have done.
if you get to tier 20, you're going to get tier 20, tier 15, tier 10, and tier 5 all give you one piece of experimental. I assume it's random. There are 500 bonds, a universal, and 3 retraining orders. That's nice. You get those retraining orders so you don't have to pay to retrain crew.
Yeah.
All right, this was pretty funny. So there's a new map, like Pilgrim was saying, Fata Morgana, which is a...
Say that again?
Fata Morgana.
Oh, I thought you said F Madonna, but anyway, let's
Well, I think it's probably has to be said with a Arabic accent, so it's going to be
Oh, okay.
something like that. This was great. Known issues. I mean, try... Guys ready? All right. Try to stick with me on this one. All right. For the Fata map. Every time I read, I laugh. I'm like, what is happening here? Please do not use the respawn point at Zone D if the attacking team captures Zone E while Zone A is not captured. They will have a usable respawn point appear in Zone D, which is prohibited from entering by the attacking team. There's no way to get out of the zone.
Well, I have it in the game in the first place. Stop the spawn in that particular spot. Seriously. Do not allow things to spawn under those conditions. How hard is that? I don't know, I give up.
Now, I tried to figure it out because I could not quite understand it. Please, so don't use respawn zone D, which is
Right.
this one.
Yeah.
If the attacking team captures zone E while zone A is not captured. So if the attacking team captures E,
Yes.
but they don't have A, don't use D because it puts an incorrect spawn point in there. Is that what it's trying to tell me?
Well, it gives you does it not give you the advantage of being behind the enemy team? Is that what it means? On the other side of the map? That's the way I'm looking at it. Hang on, let me get this. I need to get it up. I can't see it on there. Where is it? There you go.
That's right. I was told there'd be no test. I don't understand what that means, to be quite honest. Does anybody? Can anybody comprehend that? Don't use D if they've captured E and don't have A.
Right. Okay. So A is under contention. So they haven't captured A.
Right.
But the enemy have captured B and E.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and pushing forward to doing the big guns at the back. So, but it's allowing you to respawn in D, which puts you behind the enemy lines, which you're not. They don't want you to.
Well, that's always
Because A hasn't been captured, therefore D is not in contention. A has to be captured before D is in
Yeah,
contention.
but you can always spawn behind everything. That's never been a problem. I
No,
think
you couldn't, could you? You couldn't, for example. Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. You
you can
could
spawn on the
could spawn
defense. You
in
can
B.
spawn wherever the hell you want.
Yeah, you could spawn in B.
I think
which is-
it's-
as long as E's been captured.
I think it's saying the offensive team will have a usable spawn in D for some reason. That's the bug. That's what I'm gathering from it. If the attacking team captures Zone E while Zone A is not captured, they will have a usable respawn point appear in D, which is prohibited from entering by the attacking team. There's no way to get out of the zone.
Yes, because they haven't captured A. They're not allowed to go into D. You have to capture A to go to D.
So what happens if you spawn in there? Do you die?
I guess you get that artillery thing. You know, when you try and enter the zone, and it's not had the countdown. You get the artillery take you out, don't you? The
So
off-site
that's
artillery.
so that's going to be immediately.
Death by artillery. Immediately you respawn.
That's right. It's gonna be
Unless you're in a light tank and you can get the heck out of
You
there.
can't. You
Get
can't
one.
possibly go that fast. It's going to be
No.
immediately self-critiquing.
Yeah. That'll stop you spawning there, won't it? Boom, Dad. Oh shit. I guess that's what it means.
It'll be fun just to do it and see what happens. But I mean, you die, but
I'm gonna do that. I'm seriously gonna do it and see if I get banned off the game. So they go.
you know, it would be absolutely epic. You'd never be able to get this. You'd never be able to get this to happen. But if you could get the entire attacking team, make sure you get those sequence of events set up. Don't take A, take E, and then just have everybody continually spawn into D and get just so there's just a rain of artillery, just coming down on all the tanks spotted in.
We should send a platoon in and do that. We should have at least a platoon. That would be so funny.
That's what I'm saying, Rigger. They're absolutely going to do that. But if you could somehow convince your whole team, all right, don't take A, everyone get to E, and then start spawning into D, and just watch them.
Yeah. Jimmy K in the house. Yeah, Rigger, absolutely.
That'd be
Everybody's
epic.
Gonna try it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. Just for the hell of it. And do you imagine the toxic chat? Can you imagine that in chat? What are you doing spawning there? What are you doing dying? You've lost us the game.
Oh, man. Well, that's a good point, Cliffy. So people are going to see that. They're going to go in there. They're going to get nuked by the Arty or whatever happens, which I'm assuming is
Yes.
nuked by the Arty. And they're going to lose their shit. They're going to be like, what kind of... So that's just really weird that... Yeah, I don't understand how you can't fix
It
that.
is. Well,
How is your code such spaghetti or so complicated or I don't know what that you can't fix that?
can't stop that spawn happening.
How does
Because if it's a what's the word? If it's a not allowed area, you know what I mean? If it's a no-go zone, then surely the enemy shouldn't be able to spawn in there if they haven't. That's the whole point of that step-by-step process. Do the first line, get the second line, then you get onto the main guns at the back, don't you? That's the whole point. Lazy programming, Rigger.
No, I'm just
I bet
trying to
you.
wrap my mind around how that could possibly be an unfixable bug in terms of the time they have. Now, it's not an unfixable bug. Obviously, given enough time and effort, you should be able to fix that. So I'm not saying it's impossible necessarily, but it's clearly hard enough that they're not going to fix it before they release it.
No, because it's going to happen tomorrow, isn't it? So, like it says there, Wayne said it'll be a 7-day broken fest of off-site artillery deaths.
Well, it's got to be something like that, Cliffy. It's got to be something along that order. Somehow, for some reason, they don't know how or can't or won't or I don't know. That's a weird one. That's bizarre.
Yeah. Dear. Major Tom reinstalled tanks to play Onslaught. Crikey, O'Reilly.
So anyway, that's there. Good luck with
There
that,
you go.
fellas. Good luck.
Should we team up this week and do that just to see what happens? from
Yeah,
that?
we'll have to see.
That'd be so cool.
Oh yeah. I'm also not super pleased that they've gated once again experimental equipment behind another mode that not everybody plays, but I guess that's just the way it is. So the next thing we have. This one's great. All right, so we have some feedback on Recon Mission 2023 with the old random events.
Yeah.
These are great. So they said they've drawn a lot of interest, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. 86.8 of those who filled in the questionnaire enjoyed playing on maps with random events. Now, I don't remember what the questionnaire was, but there were probably somewhat liked, somewhat disliked, all that kind of stuff. Unsure. But standard act for wargaming, anything positive is just thrown in the it's absolutely positive.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. You know, it is the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Or the dog's bollocks.
So there's no striation here, gradation or anything of admitting, all right, 25% super loved it, 59% somewhat loved it or whatever. It's just, dude, 86.8 was positive.
Right.
Okay.
Still gives you near enough 20% wasn't.
Now, on the one hand, I was surprised by that. On the other hand, it's internet gaming, and all the random people, maybe they liked it. I hate it with a burning passion. I think it's not needed in the game, but whatever. So you know what that means? It's coming, fellas. You ain't stopping that train. Not when they have this number that they think they have. All right. So then the heat.
Here's the rub. Here's the rub. If you scroll down to key takeaways on that particular site.
Yeah, that's what. Yep. So the heat map comparison for Himmelsdorf shows that the introduction of a Zeppelin crashing down on the mountain makes the situation in the center of the map more dynamic. Players not only use the new passage leading down the mountain slope, but also become more active on the street at the mountain's base. They are also less shy to cross the square. All right. I don't know why any of those were needed, because those were the main spots anyway. So check this out. This is the heat map before, right? You know the meme where Pam on The Office is looking at something, they're like, what's the difference between these two pictures? And she's like, they're the same picture. That's the meme I get from this. Yes, there's a little bit more action. In fact, what's interesting is there's actually more people on the hill.
Yes.
And there's more people
Strange.
down here. Now, why in your test would there be more people on the hill and more people in the road? Why would they possibly do that in the test where they're trying to see what happens with these crashes? What do you think the reason for that is?
It's so skewed, the data that they take from this, because it's never a realistic examination.
Do you think that just maybe they wanted to go see it happen?
Yeah, maybe not. Of course they did.
Those were already the most important spots, and people went there the most anyway. Then you made an event there during a test that people wanted to see. It's just amazing that you had more people go there.
Yes.
But we've learned some key information. Less shy to cross the square. Look, there's very little difference in these maps, guys. It's It's the same map.
The thing
All
is,
right.
the only time in that game on that map that you would even attempt to cross the square at any point, whether you've got a Zeppelin crashing on the bloody mountain or not, is if you're in a very light tank and you want to get to the opposite side behind the buildings and hide there spotting by proxy all the TDs that all line up along there. But that's a limited gameplay. It's very difficult to get out of that situation. So why would anybody want to go to the square irrespective of where the Zeppelin crashes?
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense.
All right. Ruinberg. On Ruinberg, the
What?
aerial bombardment that creates large breaches in city blocks prompts tankers to use new passages and lines of fire very, very actively. If there's a deadlock, when the bombs fall, it dissolves very quickly due to the sheer number of opportunities for a breakthrough. All right. To some extent, I agree with this, because once you start opening up all these avenues, then yes, people will be able to move through them. This is a very, very static fight. I find it kind of interesting, really, to kind of figure out how to beat people here, but I do like, I think maybe that some of these avenues open up. Why not just make them there anyway?
Yes. Yeah. You don't need dynamics to do that. Exactly, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if the after is good, why not make your map look like that? Why does it have to have a random bombing run? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They've actually, there's some other changes to this map, to be quite honest. Look at this. I didn't notice this. See this little building right here? And I have no idea how accurate that is, but it looks like the buildings up here change anyway a little bit. Because those are slightly different shapes of buildings. So never mind the bombing stuff. But there you go. So, don't know.
Yeah, yeah. There are some,
Proc.
it looks like across the map there are, is it just my eye line, but it's looking like there's building changes across the map.
Yeah, it does. Very, very subtle here and there.
Yeah,
So,
alright. Rock? Well,
proc.
yeah. let's
Two
do
bombers
Proc.
crashing down on the bushy alley prompt teams to approach and engage each other in that area. Well, does it? Instead of waiting for the other side to make their move, the debris from the lone bomber hitting the hill becomes a hotly contested zone in many battles. There's less people on the hill, dude. Oh, wait a minute. That's it right there. There's more people there. But more than likely, they're up there trying to figure out what's going on. I see no difference, and especially over here. Look at this.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, there's more people moving up to the debris, yes. There's,
Yes, but that's natural because that's cover.
you know what's interesting is the south team appears to benefit from the debris more than the north
Yeah,
team.
yeah, look at that. The spread of debris seems to be greater on the south. Hardly anything in the north.
I mean, there's a couple pieces here apparently that people are moving up to. But I don't see any significant difference in these maps, to be honest with you. All it seems to do is push the people further back in the bushes. And then it just stops the cover and stuff you need to move forward and break these camps. This is going to end up being campier.
Yeah, yeah, it will do because if for example the south team push to the debris and sit there, the north team's not going to move anywhere.
I mean, people often don't like very much the 1-2. I love the 1-2 line if I'm in a scout. It's one of the most fun places to play in this entire game.
Yeah.
I really like breaking camps on the 1-2 line. It's just awesome. But I don't see a huge difference here, to be honest with you. I mean, there's more people up on the hill, but they're probably trying to watch the crash. It looks like a fairly significant change in the ability of the south team to kind of move up to here, though, after the crash. Notice there's not a lot of blue coming up and over. It's all yellow owning the hill. So there's really no change on the hill. The yellow is going to own the hill in terms of coming up to this part of it, because the blue team can't come up and over without getting shredded by the yellow guys here. So,
Well, that's always been that case
Sure.
with that hill, is that
Yeah.
you've got that low-lying ground on the top of the hill that's very easily accessible by the yellow team.
yeah.
But on the blue team, you've got to crest a rise to drop into. You don't drop immediately into it like you do on the yellow team.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep rolling on high ground. So you always get shredded on the north side.
Yep.
Nothing's changed. Not that I can see anyway. Nothing's changed.
And then Safe Haven is harder for me to kind of see. It's the dock. The dock ran by the burning cargo ship and its surrounding are very popular with players on both sides. They try various moves in this area to outsmart their opponents. I don't know, whatever. This one changes even less. I'm just looking at it going, I don't really see a big of difference.
Well, the only thing you've got on that particular map is containers as extra armor. You can shuffle around, you can move around. That's where the advantage is. If you can shuffle your container forward, protecting your lower plate all day long.
Diablo says Safe Haven doesn't change. It doesn't look like it changes much.
No, it doesn't, does it?
And then they've got this, which shows where the things that can be moved were kind of pushed around. So boxes or trains or whatever. And these, so just a little bit here where people are using the dynamic cover. And then we go to Ruinberg, and there's quite a bit of movement actually of this bombing debris, I guess, and whatnot here. Look at this. Someone's pushing something all the way out into the field, I guess trying to use cover to push in and kill the guys sniping. Then we've got this whole thing. I guess these are airplane pieces getting pushed back and forth. Quite a bit of that on 1-2. Oops, look at that. Look how much of that on the 1-2 line. Holy cow. So using that to push forward and try to break camps. There must be a piece of something here. Another piece of something here, and there's some stuff up here on the hill as well. That's kind of interesting. Oops. There it is. So they've got that.
See, that's another point as well, which Jimmy's brought up, is that they did say something about the dynamic changes may not work very well with lower-end computers.
Yeah, and there's some key takeaways. There's quite a bit of stuff being pushed around on the Safe Haven as well. So, key takeaways. The intend to ditch the red lines as danger zone borders in favor of something that better suits the map environment, something like thick smoke. Round markers over the event zones will go to, and minimap signs will be remarked. The visuals will experience a complete overhaul, so let's spend a lot of time futzing around with AI textures and effects for that. That's really important. And then here's the important piece to me that I had a question on and hasn't been answered until maybe now. Random events will behave more like their name suggests, beginning at a random time after the start of the battle, or sometimes just not occurring at all.
Right. So, what's the point in them then?
Now that's, for proc, for me, that's slightly better than it happening every time.
Yeah.
But not by much. Because when I'm playing a scout, I just hope I get proc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when I do get it, I don't know if it's going to get all busted up and the bushes knocked down and the zone. You know, if you're sitting up in one of those bushes as a scout, my assumption is you're going to have to skedaddle. I don't know where the damage pattern is, whether it hits the magic bush or what. But especially if you're down low, I think it will. In the line, if you're near the middle on the line, you're probably going to have to bail out of a spot like that that you may have been working very carefully. But you don't know. You won't know until it happens or it doesn't. Judging by the data we've gathered, the introduction of random events does not affect the map balance significantly. We will continue to monitor map balance in the future. Oh, will you? Well, that's fascinating, actually. That's really interesting because as far as your map balance goes, let's just have a little peek at that. This is something I didn't realize existed. I know people had referenced it, and I never really paid close attention to it. But even after all these years, I was a little bit surprised by some of these numbers. So if you go here to tomato.gg and you pick maps, you can get the win rate for each spawn. And this is for standard battles. And you'll notice a good number of them are close. We got, well, actually, Proc's fascinating. North has a 44.53% win rate. South has a 46.68. You will notice that's not 100%. There's a lot of draws, apparently, on that map.
Okay.
I think that's what that's telling us. That's pretty incredible. A lot of draws. Here's another one, Mount Oka, same thing. So draws, probably what that is indicating. Long times on both those maps, 9.43, 9 minutes on that one. But you'll find some that are pretty imbalanced. Muravanka, for example, that's terrible. I mean, that's terrible. The North has a win rate of 53 and the South has 44. I think that's the worst of the standards, as I recall. Yeah. Now that's a statistically significant difference. So you got a big problem
Yeah.
with that map. The rest of them, 40 to 50 to 48, 49, these are all within tolerances, I would say. Some of them worse than others. 51 to 46 is probably significantly or statistically significant in terms of World of Tanks. That's not great. Fisherman's Bay, south is 51, north is 45. South, no, I would agree with that. I think I like probably. That's not actually true. I like playing the north better, but clearly it's got a lower win rate.
Yeah.
You know. Now, so you guys can peruse that. Here's where it gets interesting for me. We'll go first to encounter. Encounter has a wider swing, so their encounter balance is much worse than their standard balance.
Yeah.
Here's a 54 to 45, a 42 to 47, 52 to 47, a 55 to 44 on steps. Oof. 53 to 40. Look at all these. These are all imbalanced maps. All a problem in encounter. Now it gets worse. The worst, and I'm glad I actually have turned this off, and for a long time I recommended to keep them all on so you could learn a lot of stuff. In general, that's probably still true, but I've turned it off because I've played it enough. Assault is a disaster.
Yes, it's one mode I will not turn back on.
Assault is an absolute disaster. There's only one map that's even approaches balance, and even it's reaching the edges. 52 to 47, 54 to 45, 55 to 44. I think this is... Nope, this one's the king. I think they're... Nope, that's Trump. That math in public's hard. I think this is the king. Siegfried Line, 55.72 to 44. If you're assaulting on Siegfried Line, complete imbalance.
Yeah, absolutely. And how, frustrating is that for anybody?
Yeah. That's actually another way to look at it, Diablo. That's very true. If you're a very good player and you understand some of these things, now if you get assault on Siegfried, bad news. But if you get defense on Siegfried and you're good, you should be farming, and you probably are. Because what that means is even bad players are winning a lot on Siegfried Line as defense. But this is an absolute disaster. I mean, you have created a terrible gaming experience where the luck of the side on a map has way too much influence on your gaming experience.
Yeah. And then you add all the other variables into that with like unbalanced teams and so on and op tanks. This is where the 15-2 Steam rollovers come from, because you've got a significant imbalance in the map to start off with in a mode that is significantly not balanced.
So let's go find proc again, because there's actually more info when you click on it. Where did it go?
Is that right, Diablo? A lot of the Mastery Badge games and 3 marks are on Assault and Encounter. I can understand why. If you understand the stats behind it, absolutely, yeah. I guess.
Yep. I'm trying to find proc that had the... Where is it? Was it up? Malnov. There it is. All right, so let's click on this. 8.77% draw.
Well, as said before, I think it was Wichita. A draw's a loss, is it not? Was it Wichita?
It's counted as a loss in your stats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So it basically goes in the loss column when they do your win rate. It's almost inevitable that the assault mode will be more unbalanced given that they're on the same maps, which were designed for standard mode. Yeah, Sutek. Yeah, I don't. Exactly. Because there's not a lot you can do, right? All you can do is fiddle with the spawn points. The map is the map. So if you're going to change it, you have to change the map. And just changing spawn points, they've fiddled with that in the past, but I don't think it's done appreciably much to help them out.
Yeah, well, that's true. Abandu's also true, and it's subconsciously it's happened to me a couple of times when I played the other map modes. Is that you first of all, you don't realise it's assault or it's encounter, so you sort of initially set off in the standard mode wherever you're going to go, heavy tank to the heavy broiler. Then I very quickly catch on and go, oh shit, it's not standard, it's encounter. So then I adjust accordingly. Most players, or a lot of players, will just trundle off to the same old. and then go, why,
Yeah.
why, you know.
So if you're interested in a lot of that's a pretty interesting tool. I don't know what you would do with a lot of that, although it sounds like Diablo kind of already has all that in his mind, and it's something to think about, especially if you know. I mean, I suppose if you spawned in and you knew your spawn and you knew the relative win rate of the spot, that might change some of what you do on some of those maps a little bit, in terms of whether you're knowing you're already kind of behind the eight ball. But of course, then there's obviously your tiering. There's the team makeups on both sides. Just because something is 55 to 45 doesn't mean you're going to win or lose automatically. That's not true at all. But given over time, there's some significant differences that really need to be worked on. And in general, the randoms are not bad. There's a couple of them that are kind of outliers, like Muravanka. That's not good, 52 to 44. But a lot of them are close enough as makes no real difference. I don't think you're ever going to get them perfect unless you made perfectly symmetrical maps. And that's
no,
not,
I mean,
that's
you wouldn't
not what
want
we want.
that, because that would be unrealistic. But for me, if you put a feature into one side of the map, then you have to have a corresponding feature that gives the same advantage on the other side of the map. And I know that's difficult, and that's a coding thing, and that's and all the things that's tied into it, a visual thing even. Everybody wants the maps to look like reality, real sort of cover and dead ground you could use and so on. So I understand the difficulty in getting that coded in, but for crying out loud, you've been at it for 12 years, Wargame, and get it right, please.
Disparity between the EU and NA on encounter assault leads to the conclusion that perhaps the difference between NA and EU in these modes perhaps come down to sample size. Perhaps there's a lot of... I didn't look at that. What is the difference? All right, let's just take a quick
Pete
look at
Tester
that.
mentioned it earlier on. See the difference in assault between NA and EU.
They're closer on EU, aren't they?
And that's a bigger sample
Siegfried.
size, isn't it?
Siegfried is Siegfried, it looks like. There's not a big difference between the two. But the rest of them actually normalize a little bit. It's not quite as bad. All right. Oh, we don't have RU. Well, we wouldn't have RU anymore. That's also a good point. I get NA-centric because that's what I'm always looking at. If you were wargaming and this, it would look more like this to you, in which case you'd go, all right, it's not as big of a problem. Still, though, these are pretty wide differences. But it's certainly not as bad looking as that is. What about encounter? How does that go? Same. Oh, look at that. EU actually. Interesting. This one, Ensk gets worse for EU. Somehow Ensk gets worse. Himmelsdorf gets worse. Wow.
You look at the gameplay on EU with Himmelsdorf, the hill is never really considered as a point to do. I found on the EU account, it seems to be a lot of focus on the rail tracks. A lot. You do get people going the hill, but generally the majority of your team is on the tracks.
Look at the difference on steps. That's wild. NA is 55 to 44.
Yeah.
EU is 49 to 49. What? How does that even happen? How is it that different? Is it campier?
Always. EU is so much a camp fest. People just hang back. There's a lot of players that are in the games that I've been in on EU.
Actually, it can't. The duration's the same.
Hang back. Yeah, no, there is a lot of... On that point, the gameplay seems to be more about hanging back, preserving your hit points, and then doing a mad dash at the end.
That's wild.
If you're an aggressive player on EU, you struggle because you don't get support.
You guys, you can't see it because it's below there. Sorry. But yeah, step swaps. I can't click the button without. Hold on, let me see if we can. Let's expand this out so you can see what I'm doing here. There we go. All right. So, can you see it now? Yeah, Westfield, check it out. 53 to 45 just neutralizes on EU for some reason. That's wild. Steps. So NA 55 to 44, boom, neutralizes 49-49. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Stats.
Wayne, that's correct. you want to be a genius on EU, hang back on the red line and camp. So frustrating because I played predominantly on the NA server. When I do my EU account, it's so hard to readjust, and I have to stop myself being too aggressive because 9 times out of 10 I am out there on my own, and you sort of look over your shoulder, you think, where is everybody? Where have they all gone?
So even Kaju says it's more. Yeah, I think in general, the NA is a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Peatster, there's no mod for tomato.gg. I think they just dragged this off the API. Am I wrong? I don't know. I don't have a mod sending anything to.
No, I don't.
These guys.
I didn't know that would be the case. Coming back to some of the chat there about Brawl, see, keeping in the mode as an alternate mode simple, like Brawl, is very attractive to me. I love that whole mode. I love that 7 versus 7. That was just like fantastic. It really was fun. And I don't know why they don't have more of it. All right, Pizza says there is a mod. Yeah, okay.
But I've never downloaded the mod. Have I downloaded it and I don't know I did? I can look up my stats here, and I've not downloaded a mod that I'm knowing. Isn't it just grabbing the API? If you go, all right, it's just copying whatever you've got from Wargaming, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't think I've ever downloaded the mod.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
Yeah, there's a mod installer. Yeah, I don't have it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it uses both. So I don't have. Yeah, it's got. Now I don't know how much of my data it gets. It's only whatever Wargaming puts out there. More stats. I got you. Okay. Copy. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, Car 4. That's definitely the way it is. Although you're right, the NA is tending to drift that way a bit. We're talking about this being out there on your own and everybody else camping. Not so much in the NA, but I have noticed it's slightly more that way these days. That's just one little sample size, but that.
Oh, I see, Cliffy. So some of the stuff they're doing with the stuff they get from the mod, some of it is okay. I got you.
Got you. Okay.
That makes sense. Makes you wonder how many battles they use for that. I mean, after all this time, this has to be fairly accurate. But of course, there's a big difference between EU and NA, so I don't know, man. I just thought it was really interesting. Let's see what's going on with Assault.
I mean, you could say, Guido, that the truism in those stats is that the EU having a bigger player base will have a wider data collation or collection
Absolutely.
and collation,
Right.
Than NA. So you might get a better indication overall on the game. But I think you have to be specific. You have to go to NA because the play styles are so different for whatever reason.
Yeah. So, that being said, and it's all that's really important, there's still a few that are obviously a problem. Siegfried Line looks bad on both. So, that's a problem, right? The rest of them may not be as big a problem. But anyway, cool info. Cool info if you want to check it out. Then of course,
it's a discussion point that's worth talking, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and then the challenge at that point is based on everyone talking, chatting, and everything is how do you analyze that data, right? Can you?
Yeah.
I made a couple assumptions early, and then they're like, "Hey, check out EU," and I'm looking at, well, shit, assumptions destroyed a little bit because that's not actually true based on both of them, and. Although, again, the Siegfried Line one seems pretty obvious at this point. Both servers have a huge disparity in attack and defense on Siegfried Line. So that if I was looking at that would be one I would try to deal with.
That's one you can focus on and actually use that data.
Honestly, if I was wargaming, and I know they've moved the spawn points a couple times on Siegfried Line and some other things, I would remove that as on assault and defense. Yes. That's it's unfixable apparently.
Yeah.
Based on just moving spawn points. So
I mean, you can take that for a number of maps. For example, mines. You could say, well, okay, that is such a small map that there is very limited room for manoeuvre. So if the stats on that were as such, that's another one that could come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if you're looking at that and you're running this game and you go, well, I'm trying to work on balance. I would look at those numbers on something like Siegfried and Lang. Go, this isn't working. Let's just remove that one from Assault. Yeah. It seems to be okay in others. No big deal. It's just let's take out the ones that are just problematic. But
yeah,
I know they've worked on it a couple times. It clearly didn't work. All right. It's actually pretty amazing. I do like to give them credit to some extent where credit is due. If you look at the randoms, the standard battle mode, they're all pretty damn close. For having maps that are not symmetrical, it's kind of amazing they did as good a job as they did on most of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you're kind of blown away that they sort of ignore stuff that's obvious problems.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes me wonder how much they do a lot of stat collection, which all companies do, because it should give them indications of how the business is going. But do they actually then focus on correcting the stats, or do they accept it as it is? The game is the game. We can do some minor fiddles with it, but at the end of the day, that's the way it's going to be, and we're not going to spend money and time fixing that because it's not worth our while. It works to some extent.
Well, there's a lot of that because you can't do everything at once. I mean, resources are not, and time are not unlimited. But I think we can all look at several examples or multiple examples of where they let stuff linger or fester much longer than they should have. And those are head scratchers because they seem obvious to the majority of players.
Yeah, that's the difference. The player base can see it. I guess if you're a developer or if you're working in the company, maybe you're not seeing it because you're too involved in the number crunching or you're too involved in a particular projects or whatever. I don't think Wayne says stop moaning, just buy a premium. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it is interesting when you say the player base because really the fact of the matter is most players don't notice the vast majority of this stuff.
That's true.
The absolute majority of players just play the game and they don't know map or whatever is bad. They'll have a bad experience on it.
Yeah.
And then they'll it's rigged and cheating and whatever.
Yeah.
But if you've done it as long as we haven't paying as close attention to a lot of the stuff as we have, you could then start breaking stuff down and get a better idea of why things happened.
Yeah, just have a decal. Stop moaning.
I see everything that is there, Cliffy. Now, come on. I just had a random thought, only because I just started watching it. I think it's on Amazon Prime, but it's The Tick, the live-action Tick.
Yeah.
There was one before that I quite liked, and it had the guy, the Putty character from Seinfeld, the big deep voice guy, quite funny. But this has a different guy. It's another attempt at the live-action one, and I don't know how many seasons they did. I think it kind of died off. But it's actually pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
I gave it a chance because I liked the first one so much that they canceled. I'm like, it was hilarious. This one's actually pretty dang good. Just a random thought. I don't know why that just came to my mind.
Yeah, that's nice to have, though. A random thought that's
I know why.
Positivity.
I know why, because it was seeing things that aren't there.
There you go.
And
All-seeing eye.
Yeah, for a while they thought he was thinking the Tick was a figment of his imagination, but then other people started seeing it.
Don't you love programs like that?
Complete
stretches your imagination
random
beyond the limits.
Random thought. And that's about it that I have, Pilgrim. You got any other? We can do a taking calls. You guys got any questions, any subjects?
Yeah, we can do that. Question away. I'll even take questions on building furniture. How about that?
How come you didn't wall anchor it? That's against the law.
Yeah, well, it's a mandate, actually. It's not
it
against
is
the law.
in your country.
Yes, but the thing is, right, get this, right, because it's a new build, the builders told me you can't do anything with the walls for a year. I was like, pardon? Right, you can't paint them, you can't put anything in it, you can't do anything, because we need to allow the plaster to dry, let all the cracks appear, and then replaster where necessary, and then repaint. Then after that, you can paint it. So I've got to wait a year. Hence, I've got 2 paintings Very nice paintings. In
Oh,
fact,
waiting
I'll
to
go
be
get them.
hung. So for a year from now, they'll get hung.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got stuff all over the house just sitting on the floor in the location on the wall where it's going to go. Because the builders have said, I've never heard that. A year. I've heard it like leave it a few months to let it dry out, but a year. I was like, all right. Well,
So
you're the builders.
do you want to know my opinion on that, Pilgrim?
Go on then.
It's horse shit.
That's what I was thinking, but
Yeah.
who
I
am
mean, it may be slightly true, but it's not going to matter in the long run. But so if they show up and you have pictures up, they'll be like, "Nah, we're not fixing it."
Yeah, they'll say no. You've got against the warranty on the house, and we're not going to fix it. So I'm like, okay. So I've got one of these big open-faced clocks, this big downstairs in the front room, because we're blind. We need big clocks to see the time. So that's sat on the floor. I've got the kids' pictures, all the grandchildren. Everything. They're not going anywhere. I got these two lovely watercolours done by a guy called Ian Stacey, local artist. Gorgeous they are. And I can't put them on. In fact, if you don't mind my fat arse going over there, I'll go and get them for you. Hang on. Just to advertise a local artist.
Oh, right.
Here they are. Couple of water paint.
Pictures of the Shire.
Well, no, the coast, because we don't have a coastline in the Shires. So he's done that. That's a
Oh,
watercolor.
yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
Nice, isn't it?
yeah.
I don't know whereabouts that is. It's somewhere off the coast of Norfolk. And what's this one? I guess that's also somewhere off the coast.
Yeah,
But I can't put them up. But they're gorgeous. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's nice. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. So yeah, can't put them up. Can't do anything. Bloody builders.
All right, so there was a question from Nut and Special. I do have all the tiers of the Japanese TDs. I have done reviews on the Giro. I have done a review on the tier 5, I think the Honi 3. So I did a review on that. Did a review on the tier 6. I've done a review on the 7. This is fantastic. This one makes me want to claw my eyes out with a rusty spoon. The 8 is okay, except that the premium exists, which is just all around better. The 9 is not bad, heavy hitting little thing, and I have not played the 10 yet. You can see I don't even have it set up yet. So that's where we are on that. Hopefully I will have the tier 8 review out in the next couple weeks. As soon as I got to play, I've got to play it a couple times, get some more content on it. I have 20 battles in it, so I did okay, 65%, 930, averaging 1867, so doing okay.
Do you think the tier 10 will be a challenge, or do you think it'll just be the same old?
I don't know. Anybody
Tier
played the tier 10? I think it's okay, but I don't know if it's that amazing. It does have a really long gun. How does that even work? Seriously.
I don't know. In real life, wouldn't that cause? It would cause the thing to flip on its back.
I don't know. I don't even know. This. You look at it and you're just like, what the heck is going on here? The Cheeto SP is absolutely overperforming. 100%. Let's look at it real quick, because it's doing really well. It's a tier 7 triangle. I like how they call it triangle on tanks.gg.
It's a triangle.
So it is number 1 in win rate at 54%. It is number 1 in DPG. It is number 1 in frags. It is not number 1 in assists, because things like the AT or the E25 exist. These heavily armored ones too can sort of drive forward and just get assists due to armor. Number 3 in hit percentage. Number 2 in pen. Lower on. So yeah, it's very good. It is pretty high in blocked as well, so it does okay with its armor. And survival, it's number 1. So now some of its survival gets boosted by the fact that it wins 54% of the time. So there's survival by armor, and there's survival by winning. Sometimes they're kind of both the same thing, but both those, if you have a high win rate, you don't usually need as much armor to have a high survival percentage.
Chat have ripped me apart there. Look, isn't the floor the right height for pictures for a hobbit? Am I going to go to jail? Yes, probably will go to jail for putting pictures on the wall. Round doors are more taxing on drywall, so they use plaster. Go back to the 1800s, they want their plaster back. I'm getting absolutely mullered here.
Yeah, you took some heat for that, man.
Didn't I just?
Yeah. But it has to be said, if you're trying to get your warranty and they tell you, well, sorry, we're not gonna fix your punch list in a year if you put a picture up, that's ridiculous.
Just.
There, you know what that is? That's
know.
just total cover your ass by them.
I think it is. I think they
You know
got
what I
a
mean?
little bit scared with the guarantee, I
Probably
don't
because
know.
people get in there and damage it while they're putting shit up, and then claim it on, and then say, "Oh, your plaster sucked, so now your drywall sucks, so now you have to fix it."
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of that. So really, they don't want you putting holes in it because they don't want you to claim the holes or their thing.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. They were saying that if a crack appears of a certain size, I think it's 3 or 4 mil, it's like they'll come straight out and sort it out. Anything less than that, it's your problem.
Cliffy, that's no basis for a government.
Yeah, I want to get a sword from a watery tart.
You don't vote for kings.
We have a holy grail. We already have one. Oh dear. Oh dear.
How did it go?
Said it's all right.
How can you tell he's a king? He doesn't have because he doesn't have shit on him.
Shit all over him. Yeah, by divine right.
That's right. All right, guys. I think that's 2 hours, man. So that's about it for me. I do appreciate everybody coming by. Let's see if we can raid somebody. Pilgrim, you got any parting shots for the people?
Well, I'm hoping that next week we can throw a rather nice little prize out of a tier 8 tank
Okay.
to the raffle anytime. Next week we can do that, and I will throw that out there.
All right.
Because it's payday. It's payday next week. So, tier 8 premium tank, not one of the packages, for the raffle next week.
Very nice. All right. What do we got? Who can we raid? Let's go find a little person. Littler than me.
A hobbit.
Yeah. It's not easy to find. It's smaller.
They
Let's
are,
see.
they're sort of hidden by the grass.
Yeah, Zemke, see you, man. Let's see who we got. Let's go down here and see what kind of... Gotta have a camera so we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, you'd have to see what they look like before you stream them.
Yeah, these are always... I always caveat these by... I know not
Not
what
recommended by Guido.
I know not what I'm getting into with some of these.
No.
But there's just not many people up and going. You bet, Sutek.
Yeah, thank you everybody. Superfly, Cyberfly, Sutek, all you guys. Cliffy, Blue,
Yeah, we'll just raid kill a girl. We'll just raid her. All right. Once again, guys, thanks for coming by. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna go mess around in the yard again and then do my grilling out. That's all I've got from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it's Pilgrim signing off from the correct side of the Atlantic.
See you guys.